Hello children, how are you? Hope you all are fine and healthy. I'm Patricia Dominic, your social studies teacher, and today we are going to learn about the second part of Delhi Sultanate. And before we start our lesson, we should recap what we have learned in the previous lesson. The Delhi Sultanate. What is Delhi Sultanate? The Delhi Sultanate refers to the 5 short-lived Muslim kingdoms of Turk and Pashtun origins that ruled the territory of Delhi between 1206 and 1526 Common Era. We learned about the 5 dynasties of Delhi Sultanate. Actually, we did not learn all about it, but we learned about their years and the names. The first one, the slave or Mamluk dynasty from 1206 to 1290 Common Era. Then the Khilji dynasty 1290 till 1320 Common Era. Then the Tughlaqs 1320 till 1413 Common Era. Then the Sayyid dynasty began in 1414 and last till 1451 Common Era, and the last one was the Lodhi dynasty, began in 1451 and last till 1526 Common Era. Let's learn about the first and the founder dynasty. The name is the Mamluk or slave dynasty, which started in 1206 and remained till 1290 Common Era. Now the first question is why they were called slave, or they are named after slave dynasty. A Mamluk was a soldier of slave origin who had converted to Islam, and gradually the Mamluks became a powerful military class. Here are the 5 rulers of the Mamluk or slave dynasty. The first one or the founder was Qutbuddin Aibak, Shamsuddin Iltutmish, Razia Sultana, Ghiyasuddin Balban, and last one was Nasiruddin Mahmud. They were the 5 rulers of slave dynasty. Qutbuddin Aibak. He was the first and the founder of the slave dynasty, which started in 1206 and remained till 1210. Qutbuddin Aibak was the founder of the Mamluk or slave dynasty. He was appointed Sultan of Delhi by Shahabuddin's successor. He made Lahore his capital and created the first Islamic empire of the subcontinent. He was a general of fine standing and character. Aibak was known as Lakh Baksh. And why he was called Lakh Baksh? Because he was a generous person. And because of generosity, he was known as Lakh Baksh. And he encouraged education and valued men of learning. He was very fond of architecture. He ordered the construction of Quwwatul Islam, the mosque, and the Qutub Minar in Delhi, which unfortunately could not be completed during his lifetime. Aibak died in 1210 Common Era, and he died accidentally after he fell off his horse while playing polo. He was very fond of sports as well. And his rule, though short, but helped the later sultans to consolidate Muslim rule in India. Aram Shah was his successor, and he also ruled for a very short period because he was a weak and incompetent ruler. So his son-in-law Iltutmish defeated him in a battle, and he became the next sultan. Here is a picture of Sultan Iltutmish. He ruled from 1211 till 1236 Common Era. Here is the picture of his time's coins. When he became the Sultan of India, or the Delhi, he faces many challenges. He had to deal with many problems, and the biggest of them was that 3 important and equally ranked generals of Aybak's army, Nasiruddin Kabacha, Tajuddin Yildiz, and Ali Mardan Khilji, challenged his succession to the throne of Delhi. And in battles between 1211 till 1226 Common Era, Iltutmish defeated all 3 generals, and extended his empire up to Bengal in the eastern part of India. The other challenge was the attacks of Chengiz Khan. Let's see who Chengiz Khan was. Chengiz Khan was a warrior from the northeastern part of Asia who created the Mongolian dynasty. His descendants include Halaku Khan and Temur, and they were all fierce fighters. Here is a picture of Chengiz Khan. But this challenge was also tackled by Iltutmish. Iltutmish faced the constant attacks by Mongols under their leader Chengiz Khan, but he managed to keep them out of his territory. Now let's see what were the achievements of Iltutmish. He was a wise and determined leader, and he was fond of learning and education. And because of this interest, he promoted education by building schools and colleges. He respected learned people and saints. And he also had love for art and architecture. He completed the construction of the Quwwatul Islam Mosque and Qutub Minar. Much of his success was due to his foresight and timely decisions. Iltutmish died in 1236 Common Era, the end of a glorious 25 years period. His son Rukunuddin Feroz succeeded him. As he turned out to be an incompetent ruler, his sister Razia Sultana replaced him. This is the picture of Razia Sultana. Children, all the pictures which I have taken and put them in this lesson, they are taken from Google Images. So you can find all these pictures in the Google Images. Razia Sultan was the ruler from 1236 till 1240 Common Era. She was the first female Muslim ruler in history. She had all the qualities of a leader. However, she faced a lot of opposition from many noble generals and her own brother Behram Shah because she was a woman. Children, here you can see how Razia Sultan ruled ruling years were short, but she had a peaceful government in Delhi Sultanate. In her brief 4 years rule, Razia Sultana made a deep impact on people. The Sultanate remained peaceful and well governed during her reign. She was devoted to her Sultanate and her subjects. She established schools, centers for research, and public libraries that included the work of ancient philosophers along with Islamic literature. And how Razia Sultana fall? She fell because of many conspiracies and intrigues. She was a victim of conspiracies and scheming nobles. They ousted her from power, and she and her husband, Malik al-Tunia, unsuccessfully attempted to recapture Delhi. After their defeat, they both fled to the outskirts of the city of Delhi, where a band of robbers killed them. There were more tussles for succession after Razia's death, and finally her brother Nasiruddin Mahmud became Sultan in 1246 Common Era. Nasiruddin Mahmud had been by his father's side in his battles, and conspiracies and struggle for power saddened him, and he stayed away from them. But he entrusted all matters of the Sultanate to his loyal minister Ghayasuddin Balban. His passion was for calligraphy and for the promotion of education. He spent most of his time in pursuit of knowledge. Calligraphy and Ilmul Quran were his passions. He continued his ancestral tradition of promoting education and showing high regard for Sufi saints. He founded the Nasriya College in Delhi. He died in 1266 Common Era, and Ghayasuddin Balban, his favorite and loyal minister, succeeded him. Ghayasuddin Balban stayed in the Delhi Sultanate from 1266 till 1287. He was a Turk, captured and enslaved by Mongols as a child, and bought by Iltutmish later. He rose through the ranks to become an officer, general, and finally the Sultan of Delhi through his talent and capabilities. When he became Sultan, he swiftly moved to sort out problems created by the Hindus, the Mongols, and outlaws. He was known to be a cunning and courageous leader. He dealt with all three successfully and maintained peace and security throughout his Sultanate. He appointed governors with prudence and carried out campaign with confidence. All his strategies were well executed and based on his foresight. Although Balban controlled the Mongol problem during his reign, the Mongols attacked and killed his favorite son Muhammad in an ambush. And after this, he could not bear this shock and died after a year in 1287. When he died, after his death, a struggle for succession between his grandsons, the nobles, persuaded Malik Feroz Khilji, a respected minister to become the Sultan. This ended the slave dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate and began a new ruling dynasty, that is the Khiljis. Children, let's recap what we have learned in this lesson. The 5 sultans of slave or Mamluk dynasty. The founder one was Qutbuddin Aibak. Then came Iltutmish. Then Razia Sultan. After Razia Sultan, Nasiruddin Mahmud. And then his favorite minister, Ghayasuddin Balban. He was the last of the slave dynasty. We learned about their rise and their fall and how their dynasty ended. Now, children, this is your homework. You have understood what Delhi Sultanate and the Mamluk dynasty. You will make the timeline of all the sultans of Delhi Sultanate, the Mamluk dynasty. Then you will write about the challenges and achievements of Sultan Iltutmish. Then the third one is that you will discuss the rise and fall of Razia Sultana. And the fourth question is, who was the last Sultan of slave dynasty and how did this dynasty end? You will do this exercise or all these question answers on a full-scape sheet and submit in school office on Monday from 9 to 11 a.m. Thank you so much. We will meet again in the second part of the Delhi Sultanate. Thank you and stay safe.